Hey Slick Review fans, coming at you with another video. On this episode, we're checking out some really cool belts from Anson. So everyone, what we're checking out on this episode are some really cool belts from Anson. I was talking to one of the co-founders, David, who sent over a 6-piece box set that we can check out here on the channel. We've got a couple different belts to look at, and there's some different use cases for each one, so we'll kind of take a look at each of them here. So what we've got are two kind of like casual belts. The black one you could probably get away with in like a dress-up type situation, but we've got a black leather, brown leather, and then we've got a gray nylon. So the first thing I want to say is they have a ton of different options on their website. I have never seen so many options for belts, especially from a company like this where you can like pick what strap you want and then what buckle you want. There are so many choices. So definitely go check out their website. They've got a ton. They've got, you know, just your rather plain kind of like leather, classic kind of belt. They've got like embossed, like faux crocodile, stuff like that. And then they've got just like funky, like nylon, like patterns and colors and like flags and all sorts of stuff. So definitely check out their website. I'll throw a link down in the description for you. So it's not just what we have to look at here. They have tons of options for you. So what they sent over is their 6-piece set. Now, you can do a couple different things. You can just go on there and buy just one belt and buckle, like if you know just you want a brown belt or whatever, you can do that. But you can do a box set. Now they have two. They have a 5-piece and a 6-piece set that you can do, and you can kind of mix and match your buckles and belts and straps and everything else. So with the 5-piece set, you can get either 3 straps, 2 buckles, or 2 straps, 3 buckles. Either one, and that's $100. And then at that point, you can add an additional whatever you want, buckle or strap, for $15. So they've got both of those options, the 5 and the 6-piece. David sent over the 6-piece here, so we've got the 3 straps, 3 buckles. So you can do either one. So even the 6-piece kind of set, and again, you pick what you want. So when I say this 6-piece set, I mean these are just the ones that they sent over for us to check out. You can pick literally anything on the site, mix and match, pick whatever you want. So what we see here, this is $115 when you're all done. Now what you get are 3 complete belts that you could mix and match. So you could have all sorts of different combinations here. I kind of set them up just kind of, you know, matching the tones with the buckles. That's what I think I would do, but you can do whatever you want. So, you know, technically you've got tons of different combinations for whatever you want to do. So taking a closer look at what we've got here. So this is just, again, your simple kind of black leather. You could get away with this in a dress environment, maybe business casual, for sure, that would totally be fine. Maybe even a formal situation, especially depending on what buckle you get, for sure. So how you size them is pretty simple, so you don't have to guess or anything, because you're buying it online, right? You can't try it on. As long as you wear a 50-inch or smaller, you're good to go, because they come in just one size. And then all you do is you kind of measure it out, you know, put it on, kind of whatever you want to do. I kind of used a tape measure to get close. I just kind of, you know, ran it out. And then I said, yeah, probably about there. You probably want to start longer than you think you need, and then just kind of trim it, you know, keep trying and kind of trim it up to exactly what you want. That's what I did anyway. And then at that point, after you cut it, you can use any pair of scissors. It's not a big deal. It's not really tough to get through. And then you just put this buckle on. It's got a little teeth mechanism. You just clamp it on there and it's good to go. It's real sturdy. It's not coming off of there. And then it's got this kind of a ratchet and track underneath the tab here. And then it just kind of goes in the buckle. And then there's a ratchet inside the buckle there. And then when you want to loosen it up or take it off or whatever, we've got a little mechanism here on the side of the buckle. Lift that up, comes out. So what I really like about this Anson belt is that the little notches here on the track, it's so nice and just micro adjustable, a lot more easy and kind of user friendly than just your traditional belt with holes in it. Another thing that I kind of like, this is kind of interesting. So in their buckle here, on the inside, it's a little magnet, and that's kind of how this the release mechanism kind of snaps back into place, and it's just, it seems more finished and kind of on purpose. So I do like that they really thought that out. It just makes the buckle and this whole kind of system, because the buckle's really what makes this all work. It just makes it seem more finished and kind of, it's really nice to use, I think. So that's the black one. Again, definitely great for like a business casual kind of office environment. And like I said, you could probably get away with a formal environment too, maybe just depending on what buckle you pick. The brown one, this is kind of like a dark, you know, coffee kind of brown leather. I put this kind of gold antiqued look, brass maybe more. I put that buckle on this one. And they look really cool, and they're so easy to use too. So those are kind of your normal kind of casual leather type belts. They also sent over, this is like a nylon kind of web belt, and this is made for carrying firearms. Now, I do have my carry permit. I'm actually going through the class to renew it right now. And so I do take my carry very seriously. I would not recommend any piece of gear that I wouldn't use myself. A belt, like a dress belt, casual belt, a belt's a belt, right? As long as it does its job, it's high quality, which these are, it's a belt, right? A carry belt is a little bit more serious than that. Anyone that carries, you know what I'm talking about. So believe me when I say that I would never recommend anything that I would not use and trust myself. So I've been using this Anson carry belt to carry my firearm for a couple weeks now. I've got kind of a mid-frame Springfield that is kind of my go-to, and it's been working beautifully. So I usually use an outside the waistband holster. That's kind of what I've been using lately, and it fits very well, and it distributes the weight really nice, so I don't really feel it there as much. You know what I mean. Because the thing is, if you try to carry with like a belt like this, it might work depending on what you have, but the problem is just a belt like this that's not designed for that, they're just flimsy, and I think you know what I mean. It's not that this is low quality. That's not what I'm saying. And I think those of you who carry know what I'm talking about. But like this, it just doesn't work for carrying a firearm. That's not what it was made for. Something like this, now this has a reinforced poly core inside, and then it's nylon anyway, so it's got some more rigidity there too. But it's tougher. It's stronger. It's made to carry that sort of weight on your hip. Because if you try to carry with a belt like this, there's a couple things that can happen. One, because again, it's not made for that, so it doesn't have that core, and your holster can kind of start to fall away. And if you conceal carry, you can get printing, you know, inside your shirt, and it just creates unnecessary attention for you, and then it's just not comfortable. So that's the first thing. You don't have that problem with this one because it's reinforced. It can hold the weight, and it just stays put. That's kind of the point. The other thing is, if you draw your firearm, God forbid, if you should need to, this has the strength to give you some resistance, and you have a stronger, more confident removal of the firearm from the holster when you use an actual gun belt. So the Anson I can recommend. This is going into my regular rotation for carrying firearms, and I do like this color, kind of a gray, neutral, you know, again, nylon kind of web belt sort of thing. Very nice looking belt, and you could wear this without a firearm, obviously. Like, it's just a cool nylon belt anyway. And then I like the silver buckle on there as well. So again, if you're looking for a new carry belt, I can recommend the Anson. I will be using it myself. So those are the 3 belts from Anson again. So you can go on the website and you can just get one belt too. Like I said, and they're very reasonably priced too. I would recommend doing the box set just because value for money. 115 bucks, and you're getting 3 belts, 3 buckles. If you do the six piece, you can just do the 5.2 and save a little bit of money if you want. But otherwise, very high quality belts. I definitely recommend these. Check that link down in the description. And then just a couple quick notes here about the company. So they've been doing this since 2009. They saw some designs, made their own refinements, and they've been doing that for a little over a decade now. And I really like that magnet in the buckle. I just think it makes it feel a little bit more finished. And then the other thing is they have a lifetime guarantee, and they say that there's no fine print, there's no bullshit, just that if something stops working and doesn't meet your expectations, they'll replace it or repair it, or they'll just fix it. They'll make it right for as long as you own it. And David was careful to say that, like, they just want you in a working Anson belt. If you buy one, they want you to be happy. So like I said, there's no fine print to look at or anything, and that's their their guarantee. So they definitely stand behind their products, which is really cool. What I want to know from you all is, what do you think of these? Which combinations do you think would look cool? Go check out the website and then come back here and drop in the comments if you're going to pick up one. Which kind of color do you like? Because again, there's tons of them on there. If I was going to buy a box set, I think I would have trouble trying to decide which one I would want, because there's a lot of cool stuff on there. So definitely go check them out and then let us know in the comments what you picked up. If you have any other comments or questions, please leave them down below. I like to hear from everybody. And if you'd like to get in touch, all my social media links are down in the description as well. And last, before we go, if you enjoy straightforward, to the point content like this, where we find great deals online from well-known and upcoming brands, make sure to leave the video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Pretty easy and free ways to help support the channel. That's all I've got for you this time, guys. I'm Zach. This is Slick Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video. This review was completed following several weeks for the product sample provided by the manufacturer. No compensation was provided, and the manufacturer was not allowed editorial input, copy approval, or an early preview. To see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the channel.